The word preaching, it's misused. In the Word of God, especially in the New Testament, the word preaching means someone is speaking life-giving messages to lost people, hurting people. It is not preaching in the four walls of a church. Preaching is a missionary term. It's what we do when we engage people who are not like us. Almost every instance of the term preaching in the New Testament is not a homogeneous audience. Everybody's thinking the same. You're in a building. This is not preaching. And yet we say that in English. This is kind of like a travesty. If you listen to my last video where we talked about the circumstantial nature of preaching, we understand that God is present. He's actually teaching us right here, right now. So how can we modify people's misunderstanding of preaching? Every single person is a preacher. In fact, you, in front of a congregation, you are actually the teacher speaking to mostly Christians who are embracing your message. When they leave, they're the ones that become the preachers. How in the world have we ever gotten to this sick condition where we think a person with a graduate education and a diploma from a seminary is the qualified one to preach? Preaching is what we do when we say, I have good news for you. We call this evangelism, but the Bible calls it preaching. Jesus came preaching. He came preaching to the common person, to the person next door, the hurting people. We need to be just like him and go about preaching.